Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about various cold case files in our true crime podcast over the next few days. The reason why, with the Alan Legere case coming to parole and obviously Alan not getting out, thank God, which there was any doubt, we're going to talk about cold cases that people have been talking about for a number of years, because with the Alan Legere case being eventually solved, people are trying to figure out, well, okay, we solved that one. Is there any other cases we can help solve? Now, we're going to be talking about some of the cases that have been studied as well with University of New Brunswick St. John, public record. Now, this first case is quite interesting. It dates back almost 76 years now. It's a case from 1945, the suspicious murder of Percey Doak. Now, this unsolved New Brunswick case comes from an incident involving storekeeper Percey Doak, who was shot through the door of his residence store near midnight. The store was located at McGivney Junction, a small community 30 miles northeast of Frankton, on the main line of the Canadian National Railways. Now, Doak's store was located on a highway between Frankton and the Miramichi, was adjacent to the residence of his son Bernard. Around midnight on October 1st, 45, Bernard and his wife heard gunshots, and a few minutes later found Doak Sr. in distress. He had been shot in the stomach and shoulder. Doak was given morphine for pain by soldiers from a local military post, but he was in bad shape. The community had no telephone link, so help was summoned by railway telegraph. The victim died in hospital in Frankton a few days later. A coroner's inquest at the York County Courthouse concluded that the 58-year-old man had died from gunshots inflicted by a person or persons unknown. In other words, this was a homicide. From statements given to his son, the RCMP concluded that a person who knew the storekeeper had knocked on his door late at night. The place had been robbed in 43, and on the evening of the shooting, Doak had several $100s on his person. Investigators reconstructed the following conversation between Doak and the mysterious intruder. The victim was nearsighted and did not recognize the man's voice, but later noted that he had been wearing khaki trousers. Intruder: Percy, are you there? Doak: who is it? Intruder: Bernie. Doak, realizing that it was not his son Bernard: what do you want? Intruder: the young girl is sick and I need some medicine. Doak then opened the door and saw a man with a rifle. A struggle followed, and Doak, although wounded, managed to close the door. At this point, he was shot a second time. The assailant fled, and Doak managed to switch on his outside light and, despite his injuries, tried to walk to his son's house. Although the RCMP found a murder weapon and questioned a number of area men, no arrest was ever made. The house in which the rifle was found was torn down years later. Now, if there's anyone listening to this podcast has information on this case, please contact your local RCMP or NB Crime Stoppers. Any information that could be passed on this case would be greatly appreciated by authorities. Thank you very much. Bye.